Maybe. Hey, everybody, I'm Mike.
And I'm Ray.
And this is the No Nothings podcast number 74. So here we are at 74.
Yeah, I really didn't even, we never write down ideas or come up with show themes or anything, but I literally don't even have anything going on right now this week, so this is really going to be from the hip.
Oh, cool. But we were just talking about how I was like, you know what I should do, and I'll never do it, is learn all the 80s sitcom songs and then go to like a coffee shop and be like, as long as we got each other.
Dude, I bet even if you release that, I bet it would be like a big hit. Like,
yeah.
It would be.
You have to give all your money to them though.
Oh yeah, you wouldn't get any money. Well, you'd get the performance royalty still.
We were talking about how our little tiny age gap, our 4-year,
three
year
yeah.
age gap, kicks me out of some of the shows you saw. Which, because I pulled some up here, and I've got Family Ties, 1982 to 1989.
Yeah.
Do you remember the theme song from that?
Of course.
Give me the first lines.
Hold on. You put me on the spot.
You don't have to sing it.
No, I can sing it. It's fine. I just now I can't remember. Oh my gosh.
Like, isn't that funny? How you just like your mind goes blank?
If you give me one word,
What about Growing Pains? I was just singing Growing Pains.
As long as we got each other, we got the world spinning right.
Yeah, that one's good. I like that one.
Well, how's Family Ties gonna start?
Oh man, I'm gonna have to look it up. Let's see.
Oh,
Full House. You didn't watch? Did you watch? That's too late
I
for
watched Full House.
You were too much of a
metalhead
bad boy.
Yeah, I still low key watched the Full House. I wouldn't like skip a weekend out to watch it, but I did watch Full House. I do know the characters and I think I know the theme song, but I don't think I could sing it on cue.
I don't either. Now my mind is like taking a blank to all these, and I was like singing them all.
But I knew Fall Guy, and you didn't know what Fall Guy was.
Oh yeah.
You knew.
What's the Fall Guy song? You don't have to sing it. Or sing it.
Well, I'm not the kind to kiss and tell, but I've been seen with Farrah. I've never been with anything less than a 9. So fine.
It's so sexist.
It was like
so funny.
It was like 1979 when that came out.
Are they talking about Farrah Fawcett?
Yeah.
Okay.
Farrah Fawcett. He also talks about Raquel Welch in the theme song. He talks about how he made all the movie stars look good. How he made them look like superheroes, but it was
because
him.
he was in all the shows.
He did all the shots. Yeah, so he's like, I made Robert Redford. I'm the one that made Redford such a star because he did all those cool stunts and did all this. The stunt man, and he drove the most badass like brown square body Chevy 1500 from like the late 70s, early 80s. Those square body trucks.
Yeah. Hey, well, that's kind of like Quentin Tarantino's movie. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, where the guy's like the stunt man.
Yeah,
that's really cool. What a cool life that would be. Here comes here it comes right here.
What is this? Full House?
This is Family Ties. Did I mess up?
I'm gonna be able to sing it as soon as I hear the first note. I think. There it is in my ears.
Can you hear it in the thing? For a
million years, and I bet we'll be together for a million more.
That's it. Yeah, it's like we started breathing.
Yeah.
On the night we kissed. Yeah, that's a good one. We'll probably be
now. Give me the first. Give me the. Do you know the first link to the Full House? I'm kind of pissed. I can't think of the Full House one.
Full House.
I know Saved by the Bell like that. Offhand, obviously.
Back of my head. You can see my hair leaving my body.
I know Fall Guy theme because it still shows up on my shuffle like once a year. It's saved in my music.
This guy's gonna call us and be like, "You can't play my songs on your shitty podcast."
They're probably just gonna ban it like they always or just take it, make the whole thing silent because of a fucking Full House theme song.
Mm-hmm. Full House.
I know this one. God, why am I not able to just like recite this?
I know.
Whatever happened to predictability? The Milkman, the Paperboy, evening TV.
Would these be great to do?
Like acoustic version?
Just like sit down and start playing and don't like tell anybody what you're playing. And
you'd have the whole
whatever happened to predictability? The Milkman, the Paperboy, even MTV.
You'd have the coffee house fucking lit. everybody between the ages of 35 and 50 would go bonkers for that.
Do you remember Who's the Boss? Did that have lyrics?
Yes.
It did?
Yes, it did.
Who's the boss now?
No, that's not the lyrics. Who remembers the lyrics to Who's the Boss? Gosh, I know the show so well.
Oh, jeez. I know the show so well. This show was awesome.
Yeah, this was like, I started watching this when I was probably 7 or 8, right when it came out.
Oh, yeah. The same guy wrote all these.
Oh, yeah.
They all sound the same.
Take a chance and face the wind.
I like how the grandma
Brand new
was.
life.
I like how the grandma was kind of a hoe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The grandma's like our age now.
Yeah,
By the way.
But she looks 60 there. I mean, even the Angela looks like she's 45.
We're 15 years older than Angela is right there.
Are you
She's
serious?
like 33.
What? Like they all gotta go back and look at these, and they're all old looking, and they're younger than us.
Well, look at how kids looked when we were in high school and how they look now. They look like babies now.
They do look like babies.
Babies. I saw somebody posted a picture today on Facebook. It's all back to school stuff. So they're like, oh, I can't believe it's sophomore year. I'm looking at this kid going, he's got to be in 2nd grade. Like, no, like in 10th grade, I remember like kids having facial hair and like muscles and like broad shoulders. I guess there's and even the big like strapping athletes that are like 6'4", 300. They look. And maybe it's because we're old.
Maybe.
Just look so young.
Maybe it's just a thing where like we're older. We're like, oh man, they look like
But
babies.
see, everybody says that, but I don't think so because when you look at these sitcoms, the people that were 32 look 50.
50.
17-year-olds look 28, like we all did.
How about this banger? Hold on. Oh, we don't want to get that in there. Hold on. Watch this banger right here.
Is this Hill Street Blues?
Night Court.
Night Court.
Does this one have lyrics? Mm-mm.
Just a funky bass line.
Just a funky bass line. This was a great show.
Oh, yeah. They're all dead now, right?
I have no clue. Probably.
I know the main judge is dead, Harry.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Bull? Is Bull dead? What was that guy's name?
I would imagine.
Of course, Cheers. I mean, Cheers is like the best one for me. Like if I was to rate all of these, Cheers is my favorite.
Well, I'd go Wonder
Making Your Way
Years.
in the world, but the Wonder Years is a real song.
But it was still used.
Yeah, but no, it doesn't count.
People born in the 70s weren't alive for Woodstock and got to see the Wonder Years. But they knew that song. They weren't Joe Cocker fans.
I'm gonna say it doesn't count because it's a real song. Like that.
How did they get licensing for that?
Who knows? They must have paid either
From the Beatles?
either Joe Cocker. Oh wait, what song? What song was it?
Get by with a little help from my friends.
Oh, so nobody was broke.
That's the Beatles.
The Beatles.
So you had to pay the
I get by
Beatles
with
or
the-
Michael Jackson, I guess. Owned
Michael
it
Jackson at the time.
owned
So
it.
they were just selling it.
Yeah.
So yeah, they just bought it.
Yeah.
The rights to use it for the show.
I wonder how much they paid for that because it was a
I
new
can
show.
find out.
Oh yeah, power of the internet.
Yeah.
If that shows up, how much do the Wonder
to ChatGPT because that's my new best friend.
How much did the Wonder Years pay for their theme song?
Here, well, let's just let's get into it.
Put the camera on you.
Hey, how much did the Wonder Years pay to use the Beatles song for their theme song?
Hey there. So, the Wonder Years used the song With a Little Help from My Friends by the Beatles, but it was actually the Joe Cocker cover that they used as the
From
theme
Woodstock.
song. The exact licensing fee isn't public knowledge, but back in the late 80s, it would have been a pretty hefty sum. Probably tens of thousands of dollars, if not more, since it's a Beatles-associated song. So, definitely not cheap.
Tens of thousands doesn't sound like a lot.
That sounds like very little.
Yeah, I get what you mean. And by today's standards, it might sound kind of modest for such a huge song. But back in the late 80s or early 90s, that was a pretty decent licensing fee for a TV show theme. Of course, for anything Beatles related, it was always going to be on the higher end, even then. Nowadays, if you tried to license a Beatles song for a theme, you'd probably be looking at a much bigger bill.
What was the last one that was done, and how much was it for?
So in more recent times, the licensing fees for Beatles songs have definitely shot up. For example, when Mad Men used a Beatles track, Tomorrow Never Knows, back in 2012, It was reported that they paid around $250,000 just for that one episode. So, yeah, these days it can be a really hefty price tag. It just shows how much the value of those iconic songs has climbed over the years.
And that, boys and girls, is why you always hold on to at least a part of your publishing.
Of your publishing rights. You have
Never sign away 100% of your publishing rights.
No.
You're never, well, okay, it's two things in that, right? You're never going to get 100% of your publishing rights unless maybe you're the Beatles, but probably not even then. But the standard, I think, is to give you 0 or 10%. I think you should negotiate harder than that because you might regret it if you have a banger.
I found something that is just unheard of. When 1000 Watt Bitch was signing our deal, I found me and Sean's paperwork, KWB Music, that gave us 100% of our publishing rights. And I like the other week because we're cleaning out the house right now.
Yeah,
I come across it. I found it.
Well, what did they get? The whole reason they would want an act is for the publishing. That's the whole game.
Well, they were getting a lot of their money back. I don't know. This is 25 years ago.
I know. So, but
we got all of our. But we started our own publishing company.
Yeah. Usually it would. But so a standard deal is 90-10.
We got it showed us
90 for the record
record
label, 10 for the artist. Sometimes they say you can push to 20 if you're like a legacy artist.
Dude, I'm telling you, it says it has 100% on it.
I'm just wondering, but so what? I mean, I believe you. Obviously, I don't think you're a liar. I just try to figure out, like,
maybe it was they got 100%, and the wording is just messed up.
It usually says throughout the universe and all of eternity for perpetuity, forever. Yeah, forever and ever. It's usually words like that, like perpetuity, eternity, universe. Those are usually the standard.
No, I just remember it being that. Here's the other thing. Now I'm thinking maybe it was 100% of a percentage.
100. It could be 100%. It could have been the rights go like this. Warner Brothers to retain 9% of the publishing rights. KWB Music to retain 10%, which they get 100% of the 10%.
10% is what it might.
That would be after your recoup.
Right.
So whatever they fronted you, in theory, y'all didn't, but I guess y'all it didn't work out quite like it should have. But
we got sued a little.
Yeah, but it didn't have to go to court, right?
No,
because they're well. Would you want to? If you're just like, oh, I'm going to advance Mike and whoever, Mike and the Marauders, this new band that you have, and I'm like, oh, hey, Mike, I'm going to give you guys I'm going to give y'all $100,000 check to go make your album.
Yeah,
and there's nowhere in there where I wouldn't want my $100,000
right.
back.
No,
right?
that's they wanted it back.
And I want it back plus. Like I could just give it away to anybody.
Yeah.
So they have to have some way they got now they do a lot of 360 deals where they kind of want to come in on 50%. They'll do 50% of your publishing, but they come in, they want 50% of everything you do.
Right.
Which
I'll have to look at that.
I'm always on the fence. I know everybody hates record companies, but I hate how big they are and how they control it and they can monopolize music. But I totally get why they have to exist. Like, you don't have $50,000. If you had $50,000, you could get a lot better recording done. You could do a lot more marketing. You could get a lot better vinyls, cassettes, CDs, a lot better everything because you now have money.
Yeah.
Better microphones, better guitars.
It's all about that.
So the label provides the musician with that, something usually with sums of money they could not get any other way.
Right.
So it's kind of hard to hate them, but then if when they just bleed them dry or fuck them over, like.
And then you're like, I want to leave, and then they pull out a ledger and they go, every time you took a limo here, you paid for that. Just pull the
your
the
riders.
Thing the dude did to Tupac where he pulled out all that stuff and he was like, who's paying for all these jets? You were. Well, you owe me money.
Yeah, you owe me $3 million.
You owe me money.
They love to. They kind of like to sink an artist. The further you can get it now,
especially if they're selling.
That's the game.
Especially
the further you can get them in debt. They should give classes like they do the NFL. You know how like when players come to the NFL when they're rookies, they have like a financial advisor there. They're mandated. You have to attend these. Now I don't know how great it works, but it's better than nothing. I think musicians and athletes probably have a lot in common, right? Like, just spent their life doing this thing. They're chasing a dream. They're singularly focused. They're usually not business people. They usually don't even understand. You expect that when they're 25, 22, 19. Right. But yeah, that's if I wish you still had that. That'd be cool to look at.
I'll dig. I've got it's got to be in it. I got a stack of paper, but I've got KWB Music where I own shares.
How many album deal? Was it a one album deal, development deal?
It was a development deal, and it was
one album, 1 year.
No, I can't remember. I think to be honest with you, word of mouth, and I was 20 years old. Word of mouth of we're getting 100% of our publishing. Oh, we're getting $2 million. Oh, just like the confusion of being 20 years old and like all this stuff coming at you like that was weird. Oh, so like I'd have to like go back and
who was even representing?
Because then like when you're a young musician, you embellish a little bit and try to act bigger than you are. So like we're telling everybody, and maybe it started off as like a 1 year, one deal. We're getting $250,000 to develop ourselves, and it turns into when we tell our friends we're getting a $1.5 million record deal. You know what I mean? Like that. Just because you do that when you were younger,
and probably sometimes without even knowing, maybe because you're just telling the story and you don't really even know what you're talking about.
Right.
So like 100% of your publishing would be.
I swear that's what they were. That's what they were saying.
I'm just thinking about it out of spitballing it. How did they get? Well, how did they get paid? They just thought y'all were that cute or something. We don't even care. Cute. We don't even care if we get our money back.
I think it was GarageBand Records, and they were gonna pawn us off. Not pawn us, but sell us to Warner Brothers, and that was the plan.
Oh, okay, yeah, because they were a subsidiary, right?
Yeah, and we were supposed to like shoot a video and do all this, like a real video, and all this stuff. I'm glad it didn't happen. I'm glad I didn't get to that point because I was terrible on the guitar. I was so bad, and they would have just replaced me like in a heartband. They would have just been like, they would have Puddle of Mud. Didn't they do that with Puddle of Mud? Like
they did it with so many bands.
And they just got rid of all the garage, not to say garage band again, but like garage guys. Yeah. And we're like, okay, the lead singer's great, which totally would have happened with Sean. It would just been like
they get you up to they do whatever they got to do to get you to the main deal.
Yeah.
What they're trying to do is get usually one guy or two guys to the main deal. The rest of it, they're like, hey, we got 100 people better than your drummer.
We got 1,000 drummers better than your drummer.
And then once you tell that singer or whoever, usually a singer or a guitar player, but once you kind of get them alone and say, look, you don't need these guys.
Yeah.
They need you.
They would have been like, this guy plays drop C 7-string guitar. Terrible. It's just, we got so many other people that are so much better than that.
And you guys, you're coming in here like this. Do you really want to give Mike Hinkle 25% of what y'all make?
Well, I was writing a lot.
Why don't you just keep 100%, pal?
But they got better songwriters.
Yeah. But that kind of misses the point that's why everything sounds so much the same now. We've talked about this before. Yeah. Well, two things have happened. No development deals happen anymore. Nobody takes a chance on a band that's like...
You develop yourself on the internet. Then if you need distribution or you need people to get the handshakes...
They want to come in when you've already got 500,000 followers.
So you can tour.
You've already got your own merch line. You've already released 3 albums.
Right.
They want to come in then and be like, oh, this guy already knows what he's doing. He'll run his business. And we'll just kind of back him up. Well, I think that sucks for music because it doesn't... There's not like some guy had an interesting take.
I don't know. I think it's pretty great for music if you can I write.
No, but there's nobody being developed,
and then I put it out there, and if it's good,
but think about
word of mouth, it'll be good.
Bands aren't being developed. I saw this guy. He's trying to get a band together. He had a pretty interesting take on it. And he lives in like a city in an apartment. He's like, I figured it out. This is why there's no like new bands. And he kind of talking about nobody. He's like, nobody does development deals. Nobody takes acts that aren't like internet superstars. Just because you're an internet, somebody could be a better musician. They're not getting any attention because they don't know how to put themselves out there.
Right.
And he goes, nobody anymore can, who could think about what 4 musicians can afford rehearsal space, can afford to practice. People are living he's like, I'm in an apartment. I can't fucking practice here. You can't practice anywhere. He goes, and then you got to get 4 people that can do it. No one can really pay for it. People can't get the time to practice. Then there's no money in trying to develop. He had a nice long take on it. I was like, that's a good point.
Well, here's another point. There's guys that just play the guitar that are so awesome on the guitar. They got millions of followers, and they they play guitar and they do equipment. They show you how to play certain things.
Oh,
and
yeah.
stuff. And it's just them sitting in their house in a room they've made to do that, and they're making money doing that. Why? oh, if I want to be in a band and go out and play like this one guy does, I mean, you have a choice of like top people to play with at that point too. So it's kind of like he makes all of his money doing that, and he doesn't have to have a band, or even this guy doesn't even have to write songs really. He's just being a guitar influencer.
I guess the point is this though, like that's why it's not as good. Like because there used to be like these hungry young people with piss and vinegar that would get together and make things but a lot of times those guys, they don't know how to be social media stars. They don't know how to develop their career. They don't even know to make merch, right?
Tough titty. Because everything changes. Just like everything changes.
Oh,
it's like the.
But you don't think there's a space for that? If somebody with money, you don't think somebody with money, there's a place for that?
It's so risky to put your money behind a couple of guys to make you money.
Oh yeah, because they could be flakes.
They've figured it out to where they develop an artist, they sign deals with them, and they basically say, we're gonna do everything we're gonna get you with the best musicians, we're gonna buy you the best songs to sing, we're even gonna put that you write the songs on there, we'll pay them a little extra to say you co-wrote them, and then you go out there, we'll tour you, we'll do everything, and then we can control you to make the money. If you have like a Nirvana type band, they're all running around doing drugs like crazy, and now you've got a liaison between the executives, and then they have their A&R guy, manager or whatever, then the band, and this guy's like running back and forth trying to keep this band together, but while everybody's shooting up heroin and like smashing TVs in places. It's like not even worth. It's not worth it anymore for those guys.
But I know it's not worth it for them, but for the general public, like 1965 to like 1995, like that 30-year, that's like the greatest really time period. And
for music.
There was all these bands. People would have nothing, and those bands would get found with nothing, and then they would get developed, and then they could work on their craft, and by their second album or their third album, you're getting something good. I just don't see everything just kind of looks like it's made in a factory. Anymore.
Yeah, it is. That music is there. You can find music that's not made like that because there's how many songs did you say are being uploaded?
Like 61,000 a day.
A day.
The problem is
you can't find them.
Well, and you can't find them, and 99% of them, you're like, now look, there's people that do a great job. You do a great job mixing and mastering, and it sounds like it's supposed to be out there, right? But there's just a lot of stuff you're going to listen to that could probably be good. And you're like, oh God, his brother recorded this in his fucking room, and it's bad.
My problem is I actually like. When it sounds like it was recorded in a garage. Sometimes it depends on the music.
Depends on the music.
It depends on the music.
But okay, further to the point, like sometimes they haven't had a chance. Like they haven't really honed in how to make their sound good. But it could be something great. But it's never going to get there because they don't have the skill set to get it out of there.
Right. Well, I mean, once again, the world's a tough place to move around.
Yeah, what would Guns N' Roses be doing if it was 2025 instead of 1985, right? Slash would just be in his room, right, doing blues licks with 3 million followers because he's got a cool look, right? Like,
yeah, but you got to remember, Slash also came from a very wealthy family, so he had the time back then too to sit in his room anyway,
and a rock and roll connected family,
and he just
like his mom dated Bowie.
How to play. Yeah, he just sat and learned how to play guitar his whole life, and then it was like, oh, here's really great musicians you need to play with. Bam. And then that was it. You know what I mean? Well, their
story's a little different.
His whole career,
he wasn't just like they were just. But I mean, Axl's coming from like Indiana with nothing. Yeah. Duff's coming from Washington.
Well, I mean, you're talking about Axl. Now, I don't know. I've only been around a few people. Not even a few.
You've been around nobody. Axl's, right?
No, I've been around one guy. Sean is an Axl Rose, 100%.
He's just
he's good back in the day, and even now, if you're walking through a club and you hear him sing, your ear tweaks and you go, who's singing like that?
Yeah.
He's got that thing, like Axl had the thing, like all these people have the thing
that
makes you go, oh shit, and you can hear it in their voice.
Yeah, the it factor.
And that's before auto-tune.
Yeah. So, but Axl would have for sure been a social media star.
Oh, of course.
But
they wouldn't have been a very good band to put your money into because the dude's fighting people and spitting on people and jumping out.
But Izzy, who's like the most talented, Izzy Stradlin's the most talented person in Guns N' Roses, and he's wealthy because of Guns N' Roses, he would just be in a basement starving because he's not the kind of guy that's going to make content. He's not the kind of guy that's going to.
Life is tough.
Yeah.
Life is tough.
Well, I'm just trying to make it less tough for me. I just want it to be cooler for me. So
right, I know. Well, everything.
I'm trying to convince the record companies, like, hey, just take a big gamble. You'll probably lose on, and
right. Yeah, take your money and gamble. So I saw something the other day that kind of goes along with this, with technology changing how things work, with all of these kind of paradigms that we have set up with music and all this kind of stuff, right? Mm-hmm. Radio to podcasting, all this stuff. I saw what it said. It showed like Tom Cruise, 20 years old, made this much money. 30 years old, made this much money. And and he got all the way up to like 50 years old. He's got 250 million. Then now he's like 60 whatever, and he's got 800 million or 700 million dollars worth. And then as it was doing that, it was showing Mr. Beast used YouTube instead of an acting career that's spanning over 50 years. 40 years. And then Mr. Beast's a billionaire by the time he's 25 years old because of YouTube. Well, tough titty. That's just how that's how that technology works. Sure. And some people come up like that. So if he's sitting in a basement playing your guitar and you're an amazing guitarist, but you just don't have the gumption to get out there and do it, like that's just you, I guess now. Yeah. Turn on a camera and show people. But like you could be the great guitar player and video yourself on. But I think now many people
would rather record themselves writing stuff and trying to get attention online than getting with a band and trying to be the Beatles.
But it's not. Yeah, 100% right. But here's the thing: they've never experienced when like you get 4 people together in a room.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
And you hit bang and the bang, and it just goes. Oh, it's so awesome.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like,
and that's I love that. I would rather I want to do that. I would rather just practice in a room with people, feeling the music than even going out and playing live in front of people. Yeah. I just love that.
I think playing live would be the high, right? That's the high. That's the
playing live's great.
Yeah, that's
great.
Too. But just the practice,
especially
the whole
when people
the
are
vibe,
into it.
and then taking the like. Now people don't want to be like, hey, if you do this band thing, maybe it takes you like 5 years before you get any attention. But that's just part of the journey. No one wants to do that anymore. They're like, no, I want to try to get to 100,000 followers by making silly drum songs or whatever.
Yeah, right. I just wanna like play this song in the style. I'll do like a Mary Had a Little Lamb in the style of the Deftones.
How did Mr. Beast? Because I watch Mr. Beast stuff. Like obviously he's the GOAT at this. Like, but I don't find him that captivating.
I never heard of him until like 2 years ago.
Well, sure. Yeah, me neither.
I'd never heard of him.
He does cool.
But he's been around
now.
Forever,
He does these
right?
elaborate big contests where he gives all this money away. So he's able to. If you have $1 billion, you can just do all kinds of cool shit. You can do whatever you want, right? But
you can build rockets and shoot them up into space too.
How did he build himself there? Like
YouTube?
I know, but golly.
I always think that things that happen like that are always like some kind of CIA bullshit.
Like a plant?
but he's not really doing anything.
No.
He's just giving money away to people that need it.
Seems like a good dude.
Seems like a great dude.
Yeah, how does that work? Like, how do you, like, we need to figure that out. How do you trigger that in YouTube, like, to where you're getting 68 million views?
We're too old for that because nobody wants to hear what we have to say.
Well, no,
I think you need.
Joe Rogan's older than us. Theo Vaughn's our age.
Yeah, but I think that, but he's also a comedian and he was famous before. So if you're famous, it helps you out a little bit.
I think there's a level of money that you have to market with. I think if we put $100,000 into Know Nothings, we would have 1 million views all the time.
I don't think so.
I bet you.
I don't think so. I think there's too many people like us doing this right now.
But with no money behind them, though, all the ones that when they get going, they've got money behind them.
Okay, you want me to? Let's take a gamble. I'll take out $50,000 loan, and you take a $50,000 loan.
I'm not that sure of it.
And then, okay. Well, and we'll just.
Well, you don't think marketing is I mean, Mr. Beast had to be a master of marketing. That has to.
I have no idea how that happens. Did it happen in the infancy of YouTube?
I mean, no, he's not even old enough to be around for the infancy. He would have been I think he.
How old is he?
You said 25.
Oh, I don't know. That just said like the meme just said like at 25.
Let's say he's 30. That would have made him 12 when YouTube came out.
Maybe he was doing that. What about Casey Neistat? Is that how you say his name? Did you ever watch him? Oh, see, and he was one of the original YouTube. He got kind of YouTube famous, living in New York and filming everything he did, and he had something called like bike lanes, where he like went up against the police department because they were always parking in the bike lanes. And he got like a ticket or something. I could be telling this completely 100% wrong, but he got like a ticket, and he like tried to fight it because the police were because they were in the bike lane, and he went around and they were hassling him. So like he got on the news, and then once he got on the news, he started doing like these funny videos where he'd be like riding in a bike lane, and if the city had like something in the bike lane, he would just run into it and like flip over it and film it.
Yeah.
And so that's like all his videos, and then it turned into like, just a big YouTube sensation. Yeah. And then he the first video I ever saw
but I was wondering, like, what did Mr. Beast, what was he doing early on? Now he's got his own chocolate line and shit. He makes more money.
That's crazy.
He makes $100 million.
Chocolate line.
He makes like $100 million in chocolate sales.
I've never even heard of it. Who is buying this chocolate?
It's all over Walmart, Kroger.
Is it really?
Oh yeah, you go in any store. He's got.
I don't leave the house.
He's got his like Hershey's has a section, and then whoever, Mars has a section.
Mr. Beast has a section.
Mr. Beast has a section. He sells
I gotta go check that out.
They're okay. They're not bad chocolate.
The first Casey Neistat video I ever saw was him buying a like $25,000 ticket to fly to Dubai in like a plane where you have like a living room.
Oh yeah. You showed me that. I think. Yeah.
So that's like that. Once you make the money, then you start doing that.
Then once you have the money, so you can do all kinds of cool shit that people want to watch because you're like doing it in a Ferrari.
Because you're doing it and nobody else can afford to do it.
I'm flying. Hey, I'm going to fly to Dubai on a charter jet.
$25,000 first class diamond.
Like everybody, like I watch a guy all the time on TikTok. He sells. So his whole job is he sells private jets, right? People come in, how much your budget? It's $50 million, and he does like long form videos, 5 to 10 minutes, and everybody in the comment section are like, they're like, civil engineer, $73,000 a year, never even seen a private jet, but I watch every minute of these videos, and it's just like all these comments like that, and people are like, I don't know why I watch and I do the same. I sit there, I'll watch the whole video. I'm like, this is so interesting.
Yeah.
Because it's so far removed from my reality that I'm like, it looks like I'm watching a TV show or something.
Yeah, and you are, because it is like that. That's crazy. Like there's one my dad turned me on to the other day called Bikes and Beards. Mm-hmm. And like this dude, he'll buy like, he's like, I just bought the cheapest crotch rocket you can buy at Walmart. And he goes out, and he gets it, and he puts it together, and he tries to ride it, or he'll be like, I bought the cheapest motorcycle on Amazon, and they'll ship it to him in a crate.
Yeah, I've seen
those are so fun. Or like I just pulled
I watch every one of those.
I just pulled a bike out of a creek that it's been submerged for 48 hours, and he like tries to get it running and work on it, and millions of people watching it.
You know what else I think would help? I think a team. But I think some people have the motivation to do it themselves. If you had a team that was like, oh, we're going to clip all this up. This goes to Facebook. This goes to Instagram. This goes to TikTok. This goes to YouTube. This goes to Short. And they sit there for 8 hours a day.
Right. Well, it's like us. We have jobs. And once I'm done, I worked. I got up at 5:30 this morning, and I worked. We were so busy today. I was on the phone all day long, and pretty much my entire week of trucking is booked until Thursday or Friday. I have a couple. Yeah, like the whole week got booked up in the last 7-8 hours.
Well, that's good. That'll be the next couple of days. Be kind of chill, huh?
Except for the stress of not being able to haul stuff and telling them it has to be next week. But But my point is, after all that, I'm spent. I don't want to I can do this. I don't want to clip up and paste and post and push and think about anything else at all because I'm so spent. Now, when you get to a certain point where this is how you make your money, then you spend all day instead of doing that, doing this.
Yeah,
and doing all that. So, there's a tipping point, I think, with some people.
Are you familiar with what clipping is?
No.
So clipping's like a whole job now. So Aiden Ross has multiple. Aiden Ross, he's a streamer.
No.
He's a streamer. He has multiple clippers that he pays $100,000 a month.
Are you serious?
And what a clipper does, if we had clippers, they would take parts of our podcast and they post them to the various websites.
But I had an AI thing doing that for $50 a month.
No, but these people if you post,
Oh well, it would only let me do so many.
if
for
somebody
$50.
like, hey, if you clip up and post, I'll pay you $100 per 1,000 videos you do this month. And so some people sit there and they'll clip all day, right? And they just clip up, and they post it on their account. 10,000 videos by the end of the month. It's like, or 100,000 videos. Like, okay, I owe you $10,000. But he said his highest paid clippers are getting over 100,000 a month.
Good Lord, they must be just 24/7.
Well,
Right?
for $100,000 a month, you get pretty motivated, I bet, with those.
$100,000 a month.
So that's another. He said he has thousands of clippers.
No wonder everybody's depressed on the internet.
People that just clip up his
billionaires.
show and they post it out for him. That's like the new form of marketing.
Yeah.
Theo Von does Joe Rogan does it. You pay. I'm sure there's agencies now that hire them. You hire clippers, pay them X amount per video. Oh no, it's X amount per views.
Oh.
So for every million views you get $1,000.
Wait, let me ask you this. They're not clipping just for the Joe Rogan page. They're creating their own page and clipping.
They're
right?
creating a page called Joe Rogan Fan Club.
Yeah.
And they're posting posting
yeah.
Joe. So you'll see.
Hey, we should do a.
So all those Joe Rogan clips. All the Joe Rogan clips you see all the time that aren't from Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Those are Clipper accounts.
Oh.
If you click on the
stupid.
if you click on the icon and look at it, it's nothing but thousands of Joe Rogan clips. That account is a Clipper for Joe Rogan.
Good Lord.
And for every million views they get off their page, so if they do 10 videos that get 100,000 a piece, that's 1 million views so those million views generate $1,000 for them. So they take all the clips that have already been successful. Hell, that might get 3 million views, right?
Yeah.
So they just they clip all that shit up. That's why there's numerous accounts of it's
Joe
all
Rogan.
Rogan. See, most people. Even I thought that until I really found out about Clippers. That just thought like these are all just fans.
Oh, they're fans.
These are big
They have
fans.
all kinds of time.
No, these are their whole job is to. So imagine if you had like 100, or imagine if you had 1,000 people across the world constantly posting videos of you.
Yeah, then people would know who you were.
That's how Andrew.
And the other thing is it doesn't matter if people like you or hate you now.
Love you or hate you, it's all the same.
Because it's all the same.
Andrew Tate. That's how he got so famous. He was kind of the first one, I think. He was just paying people on the side, like, hey, if you make an account and post 1,000 videos of me, how cool I am, I'll give you $1,000. So once they come back and hey, I did it, boom, he'd pay them. And he just had like a little army of people doing that, and that's how he became the most famous. He became the most Googled man on earth, and before he went to jail.
Oh my gosh.
And he's worth, I don't know, $500 million or whatever he says. Andrew Tate, right?
Yeah.
Well,
still in jail?
No, he's out of jail, but
Okay.
that's how he became the most famous person online, the most Googled person online. Was he took the money he made? He had girls on OnlyFans. He's a pimp, basically, right?
Yeah.
He had his OnlyFans account, making money off that. He took the money from that and would pay people to post about how awesome he is.
Oh.
Like it's a video of him talking about how
Yeah.
masculine and alpha he is.
Yeah.
And he'd get millions of those. Well, soon, so people are like, damn, there's Andrew Tate. Everywhere you look, Andrew Tate, Andrew Tate, Andrew Tate. And these were all his clippers.
Yeah.
But and I don't know that he invented it. It could have been something long before that. But it's a whole job that pays millions of dollars, and people are making like doctor money. Some of them making more than surgeons.
Jeez.
And it's called clipping.
How are we going to get anybody ever to do any jobs anymore? Well, I guess the robots are coming. The robots will do it.
Yeah.
They'll do
So
the
I
jobs.
have a belief. So I had this conversation with my dad, and I was like, he doesn't, he's like, nah, he's retired, doesn't matter. I was like, I'm telling you, with AI, we're going to be at 25% unemployment by 2027. That's like I don't even think that's a hot take anymore. Do you?
Could you repeat that? I was busily at work
Yeah.
for the 12th hour of the day.
I said by 2027, I think we're going to be at like 25% unemployment. I think it's inevitable. No jobs are getting replaced. As people are getting phased out right now. It's happening
Right now.
Right now in real time. My only problem, and I said this I think a few episodes ago, is that I know for sure that our politicians are not going to have a plan.
No, they don't. They have no idea what's happening.
They're just going to let it happen and then be like, oh, fuck, and then do something after like the world is crumbling.
After
But
people are getting booted out of their homes.
every job that's getting taken away right now, it's not going to be replaced. This is like it's a whole new world. You either figure out how to navigate what's coming.
Right.
This is my belief.
Yeah.
Or you're fucked.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's no.
Like, and I don't know how to navigate what's coming. I don't know what.
I do know this. I pulled up to a Taco Bell the other day, and I gave my order to an AI, and it got it perfect.
Of
Like
course.
it was an AI that I was talking to, and it got it perfect. And that was in Ruston, so.
But I don't
that's
think
got to be
based,
everywhere.
Based
now.
on ChatGPT and other AI tools, I don't think that's going to be the case. I think the case is probably going to be about the same success rate it is now. Like, right now, restaurants operate at like a 99.3% accuracy rate. That means like 0.7. That's like real.
I know,
Yeah,
because
like,
you know.
but it feels like
Why is it every time something's wrong?
It's not. It's in your
not
mind.
gonna-
It's the same.
No, I went to Griff's instead of giving me Diet Coke, they gave me Coke.
Yeah, no, but it's not. It's like one. But you probably have, if you count like your gas station encounters, your fast food, your sit down. If you count all your hospitality encounters, it's probably really like 1 out of 100. But you only remember one. You're never gonna remember like
The good times.
I ordered chips and guac, and I ordered soup with extra shrimp, and all that came out perfect. Or I ordered a burrito with all these special instructions.
You don't think there won't be one person in there just making sure everything's running right and it's all automated in 10
I don't think
years?
there'll be any people.
Nope, there won't even be a guy in there.
There won't even be a
There'll
guy.
be a robot in there doing it. Something.
But in 10 years.
Oh, nothing. In 10 years.
Oh hell! But I'm saying I still don't think it's going to be 100% success. I'll already make this prediction: the internet will be wrought with people in the comment section going, "The goddamn robots can't even get the fucking order right. First we had to pay these motherfuckers $15 an hour. They took our jobs, and now." The robots are fucking up the order
I will tell you
because they're
this.
going to roll up to the drive-thru half drunk,
Yeah,
mumbling through the order.
I'm gonna get
two
coffee talker.
beefy burrito supremes.
Yeah,
And it's going to be wrong, and they're going to act like the robots are stupid.
We're sorry about that, sir. Tomorrow we rise against the human race.
People are fallible, but people make mistakes. They're not that often.
Right.
AI will also make mistakes. It's not that often. I mean, sometimes you can ask AI a question, even right now, as good as it is, and it just says something ridiculous. It's not.
Oh, yeah.
It makes.
It's learning.
But
learning.
I would say the success rate might be slightly higher, but I don't even think the businesses are concerned about like, well, we had a 99.3 accuracy rate. AI gives us 99.6% accuracy rate. I think they're concerned with.
I'm not worried about that. Let me
We
ask
were
you
paying
this.
$800,000 in payroll. Now
That's
we're
what
paying
I was
nothing.
about to say.
Now we pay nothing.
That's what I was about to say. I was like, they're probably sitting back crunching the numbers right now, looking at like, okay, how much does all this machine hardware cost, as opposed to dealing with paying people and dealing with all their bullshit. Oh shit, we could just keep the restaurant open 24/7.
AI is never
And
going
it
to sexually
doesn't
harass
matter if
anyone
nobody comes through between the hours of 1 a.m. and 5
because
a.m.
it's a fixed cost. It's just a fixed
gonna
cost.
be- yeah.
It's
Ugh.
not. You're not paying 5 people $15 an hour, $10 an hour.
Then how do we turn this into a utopia? Are we just gonna let people die? Are we just gonna let people die on the streets?
No, we're not. But I believe there's going because politicians are so inept and they're so unprepared. Always they only know how to react.
Right.
They don't know how to be proactive. Because if you're a proactive politician, it means you got to come out and say, "Hey, this is going to be a problem in 5 years. We need to do something about it now." Well, that's not interesting. People want the fucking blood on the paper, right? People want like what's happening now that drums up who hates who, what's racist, what's homophobic, what gay person's in office, what black person's in office. You want a hot button issue.
It's always like, well, the hot button is like global warming. It's like if you believe in it or not, if you're still not gonna try not to pollute the planet, they don't care.
Yeah.
like because they'll pass like EPA emissions and then they go back and you just take them away later.
Right,
And then you
when
go
somebody
back,
else
it's
gets in office.
So it doesn't matter if you believe in it or not. They're still not doing it. Nobody's doing anything about it.
Yeah, so they're not going to. So even the 10 or 20 smart ones that are sitting in Congress and Senate, like, guys, this is going to be a real problem. We're
I
gonna
meant
talk-
climate. Did I say global warming? I meant
Yeah,
climate.
You said climate change.
Oh, I did. I don't even
Who's
know what
gonna
I'm saying.
Who's gonna say anything? No one's gonna say we have to do something now, but because it could be a utopia, and it will. I think this is my take. When we push through the hard times, that AI is gonna make us 25, 30% unemployment at some point, 40. When it gets to that number, probably 20, 25 that percent. That's when politicians, I think, obviously start reacting. When there's like legit people who worked all their lives with degrees starving. I think possibly.
I think when they're people that vote them into office start getting hurt, that's when they start reacting. Like if they're not going to vote for them.
At some point, the bullshit going on in real life gets too loud, right? Like in the Great Depression, you couldn't deny there was a Great Depression going on. You couldn't deny that things were hard and you needed answers. when AI has taken over and people do not have jobs and there are not viable solutions, you're not going to be able, but it's going to be too late. They're always too late.
Always.
So I believe we're going to have a pain point. You'll be fine. You'll be fine because we're the family business. I think I'll be fine because of my level of decision making. Might be 5 or 6 years before robots are there. And then that gives us time to maybe react and figure something out. I'd like to make it selfishly to 69 or 70 so I can, I'd be like, well, I don't know. It's your problem now, kids.
Right.
Fuck it.
But we're probably not. In the next 10 years, the world's going to be a completely different
your
place.
industry's going to be completely different.
Yeah.
Everything, all the trucks are going to be driven. You're going to buy self-driving trucks, right? Like, 100%, we've already talked about it. Like,
yeah, of course.
Like,
That's.
How much, if a self-driving truck is $500,000, how much is a regular truck? $500,000, $400,000?
A regular heavy haul truck's $250,000.
Okay, so you're going to spend $400 and get the self-driving.
No, to pay a guy though.
After 2 years, it's a wash. It's straight profit, no guy.
Yeah.
And now I don't know.
Now look, what we do is kind of, and I don't know. Like, I'm not saying that it wouldn't be able to be done, but I just don't at this moment.
Well, it's not smarter than humans yet, but it will.
A self-driving truck can haul 110,000 pounds across 6 states.
Why can't it?
I don't know. It just seems like a lot.
Let me also. I want to say this to you and see what your thoughts are on it. Everybody I have this conversation with believes that
their job
is so special and secure that it's the only one.
But you heard what I said. 110,000 pounds. I'm not talking about Amazon.
Tons.
I'm not talking about Amazon truck hauling a bunch of Sunday calendars to somebody.
Right.
Sunday calendar. I don't even know what I'm saying. Like
But
hauling like goods to somebody. This is a thing that has to be like chained down and like at its one piece and it's heavy as fuck and like it's.
You don't think that's going to be like? You don't think that simple of a thing is going to be discussed in the evolution or the design or the engineering?
I don't know. Probably, but I don't know.
I just have trouble believing the people that are smart enough to create these things are going to just not think of anything.
Well, I'm not saying that I don't want it to happen. That
you could be last.
That would be great.
Y'all could be last in the industry, maybe, right?
I don't know. I just the way that everything has to work. It's not like this. It's not like truck driving, like most box van truck driving, where you back up to a dock, some guy inside opens a door, and they just start shoving shit in the back of your trailer. That's not how this works. People get on the trailer. They study how it's going down. There's bearings in places you can't chain. Chains have to be like put in certain spots. All this stuff has to be very particular. It's not just the guy's a truck driver. Yeah. He knows everything there is to know about this.
It's a complex. It's a complex. Lot of moving parts. A lot of nuances.
Right, and the only way that they would ever be able to make that to where it wasn't that is if they would build a skid or box that universally cranes could fit each one of them. So you just put this thing in a skid. And then the skid had universal pickup points on it where a crane could pick it up and set it on the trailer, and then you could just chain the skid down.
Now let me ask you this:
every roll doesn't have that. 10% of them.
Let me ask you this though: what about when AI scales to the point where it can just produce a manufacturing facility that produces the rolls on site?
Right, and they're almost there. If they would get rid of this is how that would work. The grinding machines and all the stuff they already work on their own. A guy just sits there and he punches in like what it's supposed to do, and then he sits there and looks at his phone and it grinds back and forth. And the only other thing he does is if that belt sander, he changes the belt on the sanding belt and puts another one on it when it tells him to, and then it has a laser that goes down it and measures it, and then it's like it's done, and he's like okay, and he gets the crane and picks it up. And now it's a job you have to know what you're doing.
Yeah,
but still,
of course.
It's gotten way easier than
doing it by hand.
Doing it not even by hand, but using that without a computer.
Guiding it.
You're constantly like measuring the whole roll all the way down it with a thing and like doing it like that. Oh shit! I keep turning around, showing you all my bald head back there. No, but I'm just saying, like, it could be completely automated. But what I'm telling you is everything would have to be the same, and none of them are the same length. None of them are the same weight.
But if you were making them, if AI was manufacturing if they were manufacturing them on site, I guess you'd have to have the space to manufacture it where y'all are shipping them to, right?
Paper mills.
Yeah, you're shipping. You're shipping they all go to paper mills.
Yes.
So paper mills start having just like the AI plants are going to have their own nuclear plant beside it.
Right.
What if you would have less things coming in because AI could manufacture it on site in the same space.
Well, some companies do.
I would imagine
some like the bigger companies do have grind machines underneath, like in the building of the paper machine. They grind sometimes their own stuff.
Yeah.
Another problem is, another thing is, unions. These guys, they will not work when they don't have to work, and that's another thing with AI.
AI will
all this stuff. It'll work 24/7, and because like you'd have guys that are like, what? Like this one guy told me this one time he went to a mill to help them grind something out of one of these rolls, and he said it had about 3 more minutes left on a pass, and the guy and before it was done, and because he wanted to get in his car and go home, and it was like almost done. He said they had 5 minutes till it was done. Lunchtime rolls around. He just hits them, turns. He's like, "Hey man," he's like, "Let's just finish this real quick." And he goes, "I'm going to lunch," and he was like, "It's got 1 more pass." He's like, "I'm going to lunch for 45 minutes. I'll be back here in 45 minutes to finish it." And he said he went to turn the thing back. He's like, "Well, I'll finish it and leave." And he went to hit it. The guy was like, "You can't fucking touch my machine. I fucking," and he just went off about the union. And the guy was like, "Oh, geez, I got to wait around here for 45 minutes to do 5 more minutes of work."
All those problems go away.
Yeah.
I mean, what problem for the employer doesn't it solve?
Right.
Amazon's already moved and look how many layoffs has Amazon had? Grok that.
Oh.
Are you grokking or ChatGPT? I mean,
ChatGPT.
Ask him how many
Grok too.
how many layoffs has Amazon done in 2025?
All right. This is my buddy. I talk to him all day. Hey, what's up?
Hey there. Not much, just here and ready to chat.
Ray has a question for you.
So I was wondering how many layoffs Amazon has done already, and how many jobs have been replaced with AI at just Amazon.
So as of now, Amazon's done about 27,000 layoffs in 2024, and they've kept up some smaller rounds into 2025. They're basically saying that as they roll out more generative AI tools, they're going to be trimming down some of the corporate jobs even further. So Ray's definitely onto something with that question.
So that's 27,000. So there's 27,000 last year. What do you think it's going to be in 20? Now look, we're talking about one company.
Right.
Those jobs are not being replaced. If it's 27,000 in 2024, I'll look for it to be 90,000 or so in 2025. That's 117,000 from one. Now, a giant company. Walmart's going to have that. Apple's going to have that. Microsoft's going to have that. Google's going to have that. And then just on down the line. It's going to... If you did an average of 5,000 layoffs just off your Fortune 500 companies, how many is that? That's 2.5 million.
I don't know. It's going to be catastrophic to the.
But then great.
How many people are going to?
But then
yeah,
great.
but there's got to be a lot of suffering. I think, like you said, nobody's prepared for it. We're not prepared. We're not setting up programs to get money from whatever. Doge didn't even give us our $5,000.
We're never getting that. But everybody, I think everyone's going to walk around with the idea that like, well, it's not affecting me, so it's not a big deal, and it's just going to be like this slow grind to
where it's going to get to everybody.
Yeah, to where you're like looking around, you're like, wait a minute, I only know 3 people with a job.
Yeah, it's like what is, I don't know. It worries me.
I'm excited. I'm more excited than pessimistic. I just feel pessimistic to the fact that I know our politicians are going to be late to it. I know there's going to be great human suffering.
What do you think young people are? They're like, oh, AI is going to take over these. Why even bother doing anything?
That's 100% where I would be. I mean, that's where I'm at.
Why am I going to try to like
You wouldn't.
buy an education?
I wouldn't. I would say, if I was a young, even as an old person, I kind of look at it like, well, let me see what the world's going to look like in 3 to 5 years, and then we'll kind of adjust and move as we need to be nimble as we go.
But they don't think like that. Some of them maybe.
I think you're not. I think people are sharper than we give them credit for.
I'm not saying they're sharp. I'm just saying
they've been
like,
dialed into this. They've been in reality
kids
forever.
know enough. They're gonna sit. They're like, oh, maybe I'll just sit around for 3 years. And see
What do you? I mean, you're not gonna like. There's nothing to go. There's nothing. I mean, it's really hard. There's nothing to go study. What job are you gonna get?
Okay, this is what I would do. This is what I would do if I was a young person graduating.
Get savvy
from
on the
high
computer
school.
and figure. Yeah.
I would figure out
Get into coding.
robotics.
Get into coding.
No, robotics.
Yeah.
That's what I would get into because all we're doing is replacing ourselves with robots.
Yeah. Get into
So
robotics.
I need to get into the robotics and then go for it.
Get into
Go get a job at Tesla.
making AI chips or
something.
Those are going to be.
That's the only thing you
those
can
are
do
gonna
right
be the career. The world always changes and shifts, right? Like people couldn't imagine it without horse and buggy. Well, here you are. Then you can't imagine a time when everyone's flying. Well, then they are. And then you can't imagine a time when the internet's going to. We won't really ever be able to just talk to each other all the time through screens, and then it happens usually slow enough. There's an adjustment period. The AI, I think it's just going to be like
It's too fast.
It's going to just happen so fast.
Too fast.
Like
Because there's enough money for these huge corporations just to be like, everyone's laid off. Then they cart in the robots the next day. Everybody leave on Friday. And Monday there's the AI and the automations just in the.
Hey, let me tell you what I believe. I believe a lot of these companies have already looked at it, done the data, been in the boardroom, been like, "What's the verdict, Peter?" Well, so we could get rid of everyone,
including me and everyone.
Yeah, so they're having this board meeting and they have to and they're like, "Hey, we can't be the first." So you don't think this has happened? They had a meeting where they said, "We can't be the first bad guy, right? We got to let Facebook or somebody else take the bullet first and lay off a McDonald's. Let them lay off 100,000. Then when we lay off 50,000, it won't make news. It won't make waves. Then somebody's going to lay off 1 million because
the first people that happens are going to get boycotted." So if McDonald's like, we're going fully automated as of 2026, January 1st, everybody have a nice December holiday. And then it's like, well, we're not fucking eating at McDonald's anymore. Fuck. So it's going to be a death sentence for the first people that try to go for it.
Oh,
like
yeah.
that.
And then,
if they go that hard.
And those like a big company like McDonald's, everybody may think, oh, it's just, it's a bunch of, $10 to $15 an hour workers. It's not going to impact the economy. It is millions of those. A company the size of McDonald's also has thousands of six-figure jobs that'll be decimated.
Thousands and thousands.
Yeah, because you don't need, what the fuck would you need a regional director for anymore?
Why?
You need, because all like a regional director
plug
does.
all your stuff into a AI and it tells you what to
Well, they're
do.
just the guy that would, they pull
on.
all the data, figure out what's going on, figure out where opportunity zones are, get with their underlings, hey, you got a problem over in Region 3, over Region 2, Birmingham's a problem, Mobile's a problem, whatever. Troubleshoot this, troubleshoot that. This is what your numbers or your sales trend is going here. You got to do something there. That's just a waste of a day.
I just thought of the best thing young people should get into right now. All right?
OnlyFans?
And I'm going to, you don't even have to get naked. You just have to get into robotics and build sex robots for like middle class to upper middle class and wealthy people. Build real sex robots. Those are going to sell like hotcakes.
That's already happening.
I know, but get into it now to work on. Be like, you just this guy, you're just cleaning out the jizz out of the rotator cuff or whatever it's called. It's replacing a transistor, and it's got a little schmiz on it, and you're just working.
Well, I don't think you'd have to work on them once they're being fucked. Right?
Well, you're gonna get them dirty. Come on now. They're not gonna clean it before they send it back to the company. You're gonna have to
you're talking about when they get returned and
stuff?
stuff?
Yeah, when you got to get the vagina on it fixed.
It's gonna be a no return policy.
Oh no! If you want to have a good sex company, you're going to want to be able to send those things in and charge them just like a car company charges you.
Well, they're going to charge themselves like the Optimus. I think they're just going to back into the wall. When they're
Well, no,
fully
not
charged?
charge, but like they charge you to work on it because you're gonna
yeah,
break
yeah.
it. You're gonna get nasty with this sex doll. You're gonna be like throwing it against the wall. You're gonna be choking it.
But they're
you know,
gonna
you're
be-
gonna be giving it the juice. I mean, you're gonna be going hard at it.
But
you're gonna be really. You're you know, you're gonna be banging its head against the wall, like things you always wanted to do to a woman.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so then you're gonna break it. You're
Yeah.
gonna break it, and then you're gonna ship it back.
I think they're going to make them pretty durable, right?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't know anything about
What's your-
robotics, but mine better be pretty damn durable.
What's your thoughts on this bullshit 24-mile UFO heading towards Earth at 150,000 miles an hour?
It's a comet. I've looked
Dude,
all
it's-
this stuff up,
yeah.
but it's a comet.
They're I'm an alien guy. Like I love like the bigger the conspiracy. The
Oh,
more I
me
wanna get into
too.
it. But
God,
like,
I want it to be.
what? Yeah, a 24-mile city hurling towards us at 150,000,
150,000
and then they're saying, and we think they're angry. I'm like, how the fuck do you
How
know
the
that they're
fuck
angry?
do you know?
Yeah.
Well, that they're angry. This just in: the Hubble telescope has told us that they're angry.
That's exactly what they're
They're
reporting. I'm like, this
you know how you drive angry? Well, they're flying at us very angrily.
yeah, it's angrily.
They've got space rage.
So you know that it's a comet?
I don't know.
They're saying November.
I'm
this
just
24-mile city gets here.
Yeah, November. It's going to go behind the sun, and it's going to go behind the sun and wrap out, and we're not going to be able to see it from like November. It'll be gone until it pops out on the other side sometime next year. But it's got. I saw pictures of it like online where it's it looks like a
city.
a comet or whatever. This
They
shit
said it looks like a
flying
city. They
off
said
of
it's
stuff.
lit up like a city.
I don't know. It could just be lit up. I haven't heard that. I don't. I kind of go on like JPL and all that stuff to get the either the complete lies or the
Well, it just
the
sounds like
science.
the fact that they're just like it's being reported and like that
No,
makes me
I
think it's
see.
bullshit.
It's so much bullshit when it's like a Harvard
that's
astronomy guy
they said
says
Harvard. That's what they said.
that it's a ship and it's headed this way, and it's like a Harvard guy said that. What Harvard guy said that?
Yeah.
Is it like the janitor told you that, or is it?
They
like,
never
who
give
is
you a
it?
name. They just go
The guy who cleans the science building
an
at
anonymous
Harvard.
an anonymous FBI guy has leaked. That's you leaking that shit from your basement. Like it's always some anonymous source on all this.
Now,
shit.
won't I have egg on my face when our rulers show up? And God, I
Yeah.
hope they do, because
I
I
will
hope
too.
they just give us some. I hope that because of with all the AI stuff happening, maybe they'll just give us money or let us be. We'll make great pets, as Porno for Pyros said in their song in the '90s.
Maybe-
We'll make great pets.
Maybe they'll just kill. I think the other we're talking about the conversation when they're like, we could replace the whole workforce, but we can't do that. How do we go forward? Like, let's get a plan together.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's happened. The other thing that I think has happened is that on the world stage, leaders have got together and said, how many people we got out there? Well, the latest data shows 7.3 billion. Yeah, I think we only need like 50 million to make this thing roll for us.
Right. People have become too lethargic.
We don't need.
They think too much. They need to be working.
And they're
for
not.
us.
And they're not really. Half of them aren't productive, right? So it's kind of like, what are they doing? Some people cost money. Have you ever seen? I don't know if you've ever seen those charts, like
Oh yeah.
about how much it costs to have some people for a lifetime. Some people make money into the economy. You got a lot of people that they're like a $600,000 lifetime cost.
Yeah.
I just know that people have been like, probably don't need that.
Probably don't need that.
I don't know who these people are. Just we never know. I never know
Well,
who
here-
they
you wanna
are,
hear
but they
about-
are someone.
Are you
And
getting to what I think you're getting into?
which is what?
Which is the fake alien invasion to depopulate the planet.
Part of yeah. That's so it's all connected, right? So,
Yeah, it's all connected. So you have a Harvard guy say, "Well, I think it's aliens."
I think it's aliens,
And
and
then
when
he
alien-
just had this thing released that I watched it today. It's the War of the Worlds remake with Ice Cube, and it's just him working for Department of Homeland Security. The whole movie is him on his spoiler alerts. It's him on his computer the entire time, but not spoiler alerts because they made this movie like twice already.
Yeah.
H.J. Wells' War of the Worlds,
yeah,
and it was a book.
It was
so
a
like,
radio show, yeah.
Yeah, so like, but it's not. I liked it because I love those movies, but it is kind of they do kind of do the over explanation of things with it, where you're like, oh my gosh, he said push the red button, and later it's like, which button? He said push the red button, red button, red button. You know,
Yeah.
like that kind of stuff. I don't like that when they do that in a movie because I'm smarter than that. I don't need you to. And then like a lot of it, a lot of my tinfoil hat things went off while watching it. Like, they're showing us this now.
They're showing you this now
So-
to prepare you for
and they're also saying the city is coming
so when
at
it
us.
happens, you don't freak out, and
Right.
then, and they have to act like, well, there's an alien invasion. If they do anything to depopulate, they
Right.
can just blame it
on
the
the
aliens.
aliens. It's perfect. So yeah, it's like putting that all together. You put out movies that say that, especially now with it being Ice Cube. Everybody's gonna watch that, and
Because do we?
it has 2 stars, by the way.
How many people do we even need?
not
50,
great.
do we even need 50 million people? Once everything can be done.
What do those Georgia Guidestones say? Oh, let's ask because the Georgia Guidestones that actually I think got blown up. I don't know if they're still there anymore. It's like told how many people. Hey, on the Georgia Guidestones, how many people did it say that needed to populate the earth to make it run right or whatever?
The Georgia Guidestones. Yep, one of those interesting pieces of modern mystery. They had a set of, let's say, guidelines inscribed on them, and one of the most talked about ones was the suggestion that humanity should maintain its population around 500 million people. So that was kind of their ideal number for a balanced world.
So we're about 6.7 billion heavy. 6 points. I said 50 million. I just spitballed a number. I didn't know it, but so it's 500 million. But we have 7 point something billion.
Yeah.
If that's even an accurate number, who the
knows?
hell knows?
Nobody even knows who put the Georgia Guidestones
Who's
there.
verifying that? Like maps don't even scale to what they're supposed to.
No.
You know, we might have 1 billion people right now. I don't. That's
Who
a shitload
knows?
of people. They're saying. I mean, are the people in the African Sahara or like those villages? Are they replying to a census? They don't even know how to like drink a Coke.
Of course, it's more or less with the numbers, right?
More or less than what? Could be less than. Could be half.
Who knows?
Could be half. Like they said, there's like I don't know 2 billion in India. I don't know that.
I'm just saying that I think...
Who verifies
I think
this?
Here's the thing. All of these things that are happening, like 9/11 and all this stuff, and like COVID and all these things are all in those cards against humanity. Not cards against... No, all in the Illuminati card game. Mm-hmm. And like alien invasion is next. They're
It's
just
the last thing,
amping
right?
up. Yeah, that's it.
Alien invasion's that's when you've exhausted every other.
Yeah, you
as
gotta,
I understand
like,
the
you got to
whole thing.
bring the entire, even in the show, the War of the Worlds, like they say things like, the whole world is coming together. The militaries are joining into one military, and I'm like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let's see how the playbook is. You know, it's like militaries around the world are becoming one military, and blah blah blah.
Yeah, that's all. That's because you're going to have to unify as a
and
one.
people are unifying as one.
As a one world because you're going to have to fight the alien invasion. But
Yeah.
as I understand,
Like Reagan said.
you try all these other things, and the final thing is the alien invasion, and they think they can get enough people killed from that to.
Well, they have enough technology probably that they can fake.
Oh, they can fake a
all
hell of
this
a good
stuff.
one. They can fake a good one.
That's why we don't see that's why they never come out and showed us the triangle UFOs they have. And
How
all
many
that kind of
people
shit.
are going to be like me and you though? Just be like, this is bullshit.
This
Like
is bullshit.
I
But
know-
people will really be dying. That's the fucked up thing.
Oh, yeah.
But we're gonna be like, this is bullshit. These aren't real aliens.
These are not real aliens. That's why no one's seen one, but we're fighting them.
But we sound crazy.
Yeah.
But we'll be the ones that, even though I've been saying this since 2009.
'Cause
I got into this.
it sounds, in a world full of lies, the truth sounds crazy.
Right.
Right? Like,
Right.
I mean, 20 years ago, if you're like, look, nothing with 9/11 adds up, nobody would even hear it.
Yeah.
And it's still kind of that way almost 25 years later. But it's like pretty much established fact that we destroyed those buildings, right?
Right.
Like, it's obvious.
There's a very good theory and book. I don't know what it is, but it is about how the people that owned those buildings
Yeah, they took an
had
insu-
to replace the asbestos in that
And
building.
they had just taken an insurance policy on
and
the week before.
The week before, and they were going to go out. They were going to bankrupt themselves getting asbestos out of those buildings.
Yeah.
So that's why I think they did it on like in the morning, and not a lot of people were there, and it was on. You know, there was they had to crack a few eggs to solve that problem, and then
Yep.
they used all their power and wealth to point it at overseas
So
to
it's
where
g-
we don't even know these people.
And the same, and if you then look at COVID, like the complete bullshit that was COVID,
Yeah.
and now we kind of know, or it's established to me. Like,
I mean, it's a thing.
It's
you
a
get
thing.
sick.
Yeah, you get sick, but it was also a thing that it came from the lab in Wuhan,
Right,
China.
of course it
it's
did.
a thing that it was designed by us. That Fauci was part of heading it up. Like, all these conspiracies aren't really conspiracies. If there's a fucking alien invasion and the government's telling you about it, it's bullshit.
It's bullshit. 100% bullshit.
If there's an alien invasion and like an alien comes into your room and you have an alien encounter, okay, I believe that.
Right.
More so than I will when the government or ABC starts telling me that there's an alien invasion
Right.
and they're angry.
Look at all these aliens that are angry, shooting up the place. If they really wanted to get rid of us, all they have to do is make a virus like we did and drop it on us, and we'd all be dead in a heartbeat. I feel like COVID-19 was kind of like they were like had their foot on the gas with killing a bunch of people, and then they were like, "Oh, better take our foot off the gas a little bit on this." I don't know. So they made one that was kind of like the flu, and it killed people that were
Susceptible to death anyway.
I think they took their foot off the gas. They got a little scared of it. Because they didn't want to wipe out the whole planet.
I think that's valid because, well, they started getting too much heat, right? Like, it didn't go over as easy as they thought, where people were just like, oh, shit, and hot.
Yeah.
Like, who? So, if they fake an alien
It wasn't
invasion.
like the Black Plague.
If they were to come in November and had a fake alien invasion, Project Bluebeam was to be in full effect. And the Christians think it's the rapture and that it's, demon spirits
Right.
falling. The alien people have been waiting for aliens forever, so they're excited.
Yeah.
And then there's people like us that are like, I like aliens. I like conspiracies. This smells like bullshit. Who's going to survive? Is it going to be the people that know? Like, if we know, you'll...
I'm going to sit right here in this room with all my food that I've saved up and these things.
Be eating MREs and SpaghettiOs.
And I'm gonna be sitting here with an AR-15, and when an alien kicks in my door, I'm gonna shoot at it, and if it kills me, it kills me. That's how it goes down.
Yeah.
I'm not getting in any buses to go anywhere.
Do not-
Everybody get in a bus. We're going somewhere safe. Fuck you. I'm safe right here with what I got.
Absolutely, I'm not going anywhere.
I will not. I will die. That's the other thing.
If the government tells me
if
there's
the
alien
government's
invasion,
pulling a bus through and they're and everybody on the
Everybody
bus, I'm gonna
load
go.
up.
I don't need to go. And they're like, well, it's mandatory. You got to go. And I'm gonna be like, and they're gonna be like, I guess we're getting into a firefight right now because this is the hill I'm dying on.
Yeah.
I'm not getting on a bus. I saw what happened to people that got. Well, I didn't see it personally, but I know from the past when these people. I know people that got
They
on
get
trains,
gathered up on the trains and
they
buses.
got gathered up on trains and buses and carted in somewhere, and things didn't go so well.
Yeah.
So that's just how it's going to happen. With the alien invasion,
If nothing happens by November, I'm pretty much done even hearing anything about that.
right?
Like, I'm almost to that point anyway.
I'm at that point where, like, yeah, if this thing, like, if they're saying this and they're like, oh, this guy says it's an alien ship and blah blah blah, and if it's just is what it is, if it's just a comet that goes around us, I'm just gonna need y'all to come out and show us all the alien tech you got. I'm just gonna need to see it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm over it. I'm like so tired of it.
Yeah, I'm
or the
ti-
Epstein list, or something.
Show me
Show me
something, you
something.
lying sack of monkey nuts.
Anyway, next time on Know Nothings podcast, I watched the Katrina documentary that came out pretty recently.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we got to talk about that.
Yeah, I've seen
next
that.
time.
It's
The new one.
well, I saw the old one, but it was a crazy time. I remember it very well.
This is
my whole
wild.
family's from there, so
It was wild.
Yeah.
Anyway, next time,
we'll see you.
don't go getting alien invaded or abducted and your butt hurts.
Pieces.
Bye.